Okay, so follow me real quick. Christians, what is more serious, eternal judgment or temporal death? I'm pretty sure you'll say eternal judgment. I'm glad you said that. Now, an apple pie is placed in front of a man who is at gunpoint. The man is told that if he touched the pie, that the trigger would be pulled and he would lose his life. So he decides not to touch the pie. Reason? Simple. The man feared losing his life, and he believed that the threat of his life being taken would be carried out if he touched the pie. So he didn't touch it. His actions backed up what he believed, thus proving that he believed that the threat would be carried out. Christians, your Bible says that sin, the wages of sin, is death. You claim to serve an eternal God that renders eternal punishment. So believer, if you believe that God lives on the inside of you, he sees your every move. He's there, witnessing everything. Jesus is in you. How do you do some of the things that you do, which is a sin according to your faith? In your daily life, when nobody else is looking and when people are looking, where's the proof that you believe that God lives on the inside of you? How do you prove it? In the example, the person believed that he would receive death, so he did not touch the pie. You have already established that eternal death or eternal judgment is more serious than temporal death. So believer, you believe that this God lives in you, sees everything you do, knows all of your thoughts, counts all the hairs on your head. Yet by your actions and by your words, there's no evidence that you believe this. In the example, the person did not touch the apple pie because they truly believed. You, the believer, how you carry yourself, what you say, the lack of a demonstration of the claims that you make. These make you look like an unbelievable person. And what is your evidence that you even believe that such a thing like a God lives on the inside of you?
I was just about to make a video about the same thing, and then Sean Towers' video came up. Y'all go follow Sean Towers. So let me add to what my guy was saying. Get in Sean mode. So, as he so eloquently put it, the evidence of who you are and how you are demonstrates your true belief in this God. You know, your Bible also says that once you become a Christian, once you accept Jesus in your life, that you become a new creature and you have a daily renewing of the mind, that you stop doing all those things that you were doing in the past. Now, I know you're going to use your escape. What are your escapes? Well, your first escape is going to be that, Jesus forgives you of your sin, and know that you will never be completely sinless. But isn't Jesus' actions and his lifestyle supposed to be the example as well as to how you can live and should live? Isn't it the whole reason that he came down and had to be and live as a man, to be that demonstration of how you can be and how you should be? He told the young rich ruler who said that he does not sin. The young rich ruler doesn't sin. He keeps all the commandments, but he was holding on to his money. But the fact remains that Jesus was supposed to be that example in human form, because otherwise, why would God need to come in a human form if he's going to sacrifice himself? He could have came in a human form. Why did he have to be born, I should say? He could have just appeared as an adult, teach his messages, and then go on about his business, bring the new revelations, and die for your sin, the human sacrifice. He wouldn't have to come through in the birth. But y'all say the reason he came that way so he can be born and he can live as a man and then die as a man. But he had to be born to do that. So you're going to say that Jesus' sacrifice is your excuse for the fact that you don't have to be perfect. But yet, it's also him being born is the reason, the demonstration that you can be perfect and live a sinless life. What did he tell the woman who supposedly committed adultery? Go and sin no more. What did he tell the Samaritan woman at the well? Go and sin no more. He said to go and sin no more plenty of times. It would make him a liar if he was telling people not to sin anymore, but yet he told them to sin no more, which means that you are capable. But just like Matthew tells you that there will be many who call his name, many who perform miracles, and yet he will not know them. He's talking about you Christians, the ones who claim to be Christian, the ones who claim to be followers of him, the ones who claim, and let me cover all bases, the one who claim to have a relationship with him. So let's take the religious verbiage out of it and just the ones who have relationship with him. You're supposed to be that person. And what's your other excuse? Paul's thorn in his side. Y'all have misunderstood what Paul's thorn in his side means. When he said that Jesus said, I'm not going to take it away from you, but my grace is sufficient. Meaning that his grace is not sufficient for you to go and ask for forgiveness and you can keep on doing it. The grace is sufficient for you to overcome it, to not dwell in it, to not live in it. And in Romans, it tells you that if a person is committing sexual immoralities, that you're supposed to destroy that person's body and give the body to Satan so that the soul can go to Jesus. So if you can't overcome your issues, you're supposed to die by the hands of your fellow Christians so that your soul can go to heaven. So what it really says is, y'all don't believe it. I'm in agreement with Sean Towers. Y'all don't truly believe in what you actually claim that you believe. Because if you did, you would change the way you live your life. You know, the more and more I understand and practice alchemy and hermeticism, the more and more it becomes a part of my everyday life. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, or the law of causation. For every cause, there is an effect, and for every effect, there is a cause. My life is not controlled by the willpower of other people, but by my will. But when things don't go the way I expect them, I look and search for whosever will is causing me to have this issue and develop a stronger will, and I get out of life what I decide to get out of life. I understand the law of generation, the law of gender, to understand the law of polarity, and be able to evaluate a situation truly based on what pole are we talking about and where are we in the vibration of that. Where am I in the vibration of it? Where's the economy in the vibration of it? Where's my health in the vibration of it? All these things, where is the vibration, and how do I increase that vibration to move to the side that I desire to move to based on my mental manifestations? That's believing it. Living it is believing it. So the question, are y'all living it? And the overwhelming majority are not living it because you don't really believe it. Or, I'm going to give you another out. Or, you've been mistaught and don't truly understand what your book really says. You are not supposed to continue in sin, but be a new creature with a daily renewing of the mind. If your mind is renewed every day into Jesus, you shouldn't be struggling with the same sin that you had a year ago. But y'all have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.